Drake, it's funny you say that because the moment I just typed all that out, I was like, oh, how fitting for that to have happened in the Echo's chamber.
Pay no attention to the workers behind the stage. There is no man behind the curtain.
Whoa, that purple light's kind of intense. I don't feel like the dance floor station's really kind of hitting that proper vibe tonight. That's two songs I've only listened to thus far. I've been talking for God knows how long, and I've been muted this entire time. I must have hit my mute button when I was typing. I got it hotkeyed on my keyboard now, so when I do start typing, you don't hear nothing but tap, tap, tap the entire time. I'm pretty, okay? If I get home from vacation to find in my mail something dreadful, something awful, something so bad most people can go 10 years without seeing one. That's actually a really good guess, Silver. Jury duty? Is that what you got? Ow. Your Chocobo's extended warranty. Yes, we're calling you today about your Chocobo's extended warranty. I have never, for my 30 plus years I have been on this earth, I have never been called to jury duty. I mean, if it happens, actually, no, let me take that back. I did receive a summons one time before, but something happened to the trial before it even ever took place, where we were no longer needed. So it was pretty much canceled or dismissed as soon as we got the summons. Single mom status gets you out of it. That makes sense. I believe it. Who was? Oh, we're waiting on first. Okay. I was like, who was supposed to be our bartender tonight? Let me adjust my party finder. Hydrake. I'll actually do one even a step further for Hydrake today because not only do we have our lovely one-wing Ecothermos, thank you Silver for by the way, but I also brought out the box so y'all can see what kind of tea I am drinking tonight. Brought to you by Yogi, the tea which is supposed to help reduce your stress levels by Sweet Clementine has things such as I am trying to read in the dark, y'all. Clove bud, orange peel, stevia leaf, ginger root, lemon balm leaf, cinnamon bark, lemongrass, and something that looks like it says Wakanda but is definitely not Wakanda. Ashwagandha? Yeah, I'm not even going to try that again. I will end up tongue twisted and won't be able to talk for a week. Hey, Naka, if you ever get more subjects to talk about in your next Pride event, goes to Discord. Oh, okay. I'm being sent stuff in Discord. I'm actually really excited about doing another Pride event come next June of next year. I had so much fun with everything we did in the month of June for this past year. Just with all the I don't know, call them TED Talks, if you will, but with all the information that we went over with different facts and myths of all different parts of the spectrum when it comes to the LGBTQI plus and everything else in between spectrum, just as a homosexual male myself, I learned so much about my own rainbow community that I had no idea or no clue about in some subjects. inspired by me consistently asking what kind of tea he keeps drinking. Yes, as a matter of fact, Drake, you are definitely part of the major cause of the last time me going to the grocery store. I bought like 6 boxes of different kinds of tea just for tea time with Naka. So, Drake, congratulations. You've done an amazing thing. On top of all other holidays today. It's actually funny you mentioned that. I was just looking at my Google Calendar for my next upcoming 2 weeks because my schedule is scary looking. But at the top of the schedule, when you're looking at your Google Calendar, where it usually has like the holidays and special events listed, it didn't show anything and only said that there was like this tab of 4+ things that was happening today because it couldn't fit all the holidays that was happening specifically today. But yes, I did see some posts and some tweets go out about it being National Coming Out Day. So I did see that. It's a first. Oh goodness, Lurk is not working. Did CloudPod just like bite the big one? Hang on. Let me check on CloudBot here. Let me make sure at least Nightbot is still working. Okay, Nightbot's fine. So it's CloudBot that's having the problem. Oh god, why is CloudBot not working? Oh god, CloudBot's not even in chat. Oh, hold up. We gotta fix that. Yeah, like, if they're not even here, they can't do anything. Alright, let's see if that works. Streamlabs is already a moderator in this channel, so why is Streamlabs not here? It's broke. Somebody broke it. I need to switch over all my commands to Nightbot anyways. That seems to be the more stable and better one to use anyhow. Oh, I'm supposed to be giving Furs the, la 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 stuff. It's getting warm in here. I'm gonna have to take my jacket off and put the fan in the window or something. Yeah, no, doing emote only wouldn't cause Streamlabs to disappear, so it's probably something that's going on with their server. I might just turn CloudBot off and then back on the actual Streamlabs website and see if that works. Because there's not really like a refresh button or anything for CloudBot. So I don't know. We'll turn it off, turn it back on, wait 30 seconds, see what happens. Okay, so I just turned it off, turned it back on. Let's see what happens. Oh, wait, wrong item. Yeah, no, Streamlabs is not in chat at all. So I think it's something going on with the server. That was not the button I wanted to push. Let's motherfucking go! Blah, 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 blah. Somebody broke my Streamlabs. I'm mad. Not really. That just means I have to like copy and paste some commands over to Nightbot. That's all that really means. Alright, we're gonna copy over the lurk command and the discord command. Give it all to Nightbot so they can take care of it. Oh, we're gonna have to move my location and my Final Fantasy command. All of these were on Cloudbot. There we go. All right, Cloudbot has been kicked to the curb, which is really strange because the shoutout command is a Streamlabs command and it worked earlier, so I don't know what happened. The paw prints, the new front desk. I know, does it not look amazing? I walked in and had the same, like, episodic just meltdown myself. Everything looks so freaking good. She really did. Really did. And honestly, with everything that she currently has going on, I wasn't sure if she was going to get the time or the ability to log in and do any of like the seasonal changes that she always does, especially for the holidays and whatnot. But nah, she ninjaed herself in and got everything put up. Oh my Jesus, it's like 80 degrees in here. Okay, I gotta open my door or something. 1 second. Yay, no more sweaty butt crack. We're back. Whoa. Yellow background just entirely lights up now. Kinda like it actually, not gonna lie. Who needs a green screen where I can just, use my jacket as a chroma key? Here we go. We got this. I feel like I should petition for this because don't get me wrong, Soundtracks does have a couple of like playlists that are like haunted house theme or spooky beats, but none of which that I would really like put in the box of dance category, I guess. But I do really want like a Halloween centric dance playlist that I could play for this month. I know, Drake. Especially when the light goes purple or blue, it almost becomes like a black light and just iridescent, even. Although I hate the fact that you can almost see like this freaking red wound on my chin. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was like an ingrown hair or if it's just where I maybe had like a blister or a section of raw skin, but something. I don't know. I literally had like gauze and a bandage on my chin the other day. It was so bad. I'm glad I didn't have to stream. Y'all would have looked at me like somebody had done take a machete to my face. Rave Oreo makes so much more sense because I was like, where are you getting Race Oreo from? Like, are we in the Mach 5? Am I Speed Racer? I know this is a GT Racing gaming chair, but still. Speed Racer. I am not feeling the music tonight. Somebody broke soundtracks. It is everybody else's fault but my own. There we go. I was like, I'm not gonna denounce this song yet. We're still in the intro. Give it a second. Unbeknownst to Speed, Racer X is actually his long lost brother Rexy. And how that line is said every single damn time the dude shows up. This has potential. I know, right? Like it's got a chance. We'll let it shoot a shot, see what happens. Still feel like we're working on the crescendo here, working our way up. I have missed so many Discord messages. I was not paying attention, y'all. I am so sorry. See, but this is what this song is doing. It's nothing but a continuous tease. Like you feel like there's finally going to be a drop and some massive shift in like either just the beat, the rhythm, or the key, and it just never comes. It just leaves you waiting on the edge the entire time. That's what this song is doing, and it's about to make me mad. Alright, here we go. We're just gonna do an entire playlist shift. See what happens. Leave it to chance. This is good. This is good. I like it. Yeah. I think we found our station. Here we go. Note to self, don't ever make the Blaylele face on cam. It looks entirely inappropriate. Coffee time! It's tea time. For me. You missed it, Phoenix. During our tea time with Naka, I actually brought the box out this time to share with everybody the kind of tea I'm drinking tonight. And as you can see on the box, stress support. I'm going to be drinking this stuff by the gallon. That was good. I like that. Bring It True by Nadia. I'm not even going to pronounce that last name because I will butcher it. Ooh, that was a verse. Did y'all hear that? Chase me like a cannibal. Girl, I don't know about you, but somebody start chasing me with a knife and fork. I'm probably going to be running in an entirely different means or nature at that point. Nom nom naka. You about to get a nom nom machete upside the head. We do actually have some chamomile tea up in the cabinet, but this tea in particular is something entirely different. I called it Wakanda because it's a word I don't think I can pronounce, but it's like ash ashwagandha? Ashwagandha root. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. All I know is that I read it and my first immediate thought was Wakanda forever. You might be a little bit of a superhero comic fan when your like innate reaction to a certain word is to just Wakanda. Jake's outfit is actually really cute. That came out really well with that combination of clothing. Accessories and everything. Like right on point. Speaking of comic stuff, where are you going at with that, Drake? Ended up seeing some certain scenes from that Invincible show. And will I like tigers now? Wait, Invincible show? What is this about? I don't know what reference that is. Is this like a anime or something? No clue. What? I would probably have to see what you're talking about to see if I can like connect the dots or something. I mean, there's a lot, especially if you like for anybody that's out there. There is a lot of anthropomorphic comics that come out of the furry fandom. There's so many artists in the fandom, first and foremost. It's amazing the artwork and the creativity that just pours forth from that community. So comics, dime a dozen when it comes to that world and realm. But just talking about tigers in general, there are so many tiger characters I've seen in various different comics and art productions that have come from that community. Hey, Drake. Ooh, I like this one. What was this song? Loving You by E-Wave. Thank you, Drake. Yeah, let me take a look at this. It's Mia! Oh, Drake. Yeah, I've never seen this show before. Huh. It kind of does have that like early 2000s animation look to it though. I'll have to look this up. Invincible. Huh. Very Justice League-y. Happy Monday night. Look, this is the best way to end on a Monday night. Monday night blues? No, there is no such thing. Monday's done. Monday's over. The first of the week is gone. This is now party night. Just minus the bottle of wine that I wish I could have to mess up the rest of my week. But that's okay. That's what my Wednesday nights are for. Now that I've said something about wine, I want a glass of it so badly. This 80 degrees in this room is really hot. I'm dying. Yeah, opening my door wasn't enough. I'm gonna change shirts because I am sweating now. I will be back again. Okay, it's a little bit better. Yeah, lights do put off a lot of heat, but I actually have one of those like really thin LED strip lights. They don't put off any heat at all, especially considering how bright they get. Yeah, there's like I can literally grab it with my hand and they're barely even lukewarm. Now my computer, on the other hand, different story altogether. See, Phoenix, that's actually the funny thing. I have my box fan running at the moment, so it is bringing in cool air to help cool the room down. My problem is that my computer tower is underneath my desk. So with all the heat that it puts off, it kind of fumigates from like right underneath my desk up into my face, and that's where it gets me. So like if you ever like I just did right now, you ever see me just kind of back away and start fanning my shirt a little bit? Yes, because of all the heat coming from under the desk. What do you call a Lalafell paladin that just took a tank buster? A mashed potato? If I got that right, I'm gonna scream because that was a total guess. A mashed potato. I was close. I was close. I had the Earth version correct. You know, Phoenix, I may have to end up doing the same thing, especially with how we've been playing New World a bit recently. I can play the game fine. It's not like it's causing my computer to become the Titanic and sink below what it's capable of doing, but it does make my hardware run extremely hot and it becomes a radiator furnace of heat whenever I'm playing New World. So I definitely got to get my tower into a little bit more open air and or get better airflow going through it. One of the two. I see you with the hydrate. I know what you're doing. I'm actually okay with the frequency of hydrates this time because this tea is so freaking good. I think it's caffeine free too. Yep, caffeine free. So I could drink it all night and not worry about my heart exploding. Unlike the actual British English tea that the girl called Jeff sent to me and almost caused me to have a heart attack. Oh no, we have winter. We do have much more frigid temperatures that comes along during the later months of this year. However, our winters compared to other places farther up north pales in comparison. Yeah, no. We are extremely temperate in North Carolina. Although snow in Reno, yeah, that's kind of what? Did Heat Miser lose the battle? Honestly, I would be okay with the colder temperatures that comes with snow because I've always been the person that's like you can always put on more clothes, but you can only take off but so much. I mean, once it reaches a certain level of heat and humidity, it doesn't matter if you're going out in your complete birthday suit. It's too hot, period. At least with the cold, you can do something about it. Yeah, sticky heat, It's miserable because it doesn't matter how much you sweat or like how much airflow you've got going on. If it's humid, all you're doing is basically circulating wet air and it does absolutely nothing for you. It is the most uncomfortable, disgusting thing. I suggest you avoid Atlantic Canada then. I suggest you avoid the entire eastern coast in that case. Granted, I'm only a few hours away from our coast and the Outer Banks of North Carolina, but it makes a difference. Ew, no. No, thank you. 90 degrees is not okay. Oh god, I'm wearing my rave vest and I don't even have my lights on. What is wrong with me? How dare I? It's like a catastrophe. If I did have to pick a place as far as where I would rather like live in terms of climate, I would probably pick out something closer to the Canadian border in the Midwest. Um, Maybe like up towards North Dakota, for example. I know, Spar. I keep looking at the Twitter where it says how many days until Endwalker, and I think we're. How many days did it last say? I just looked at it, and I done forgot the number of days left. Oh, Twitter, why do you fail me in my moments of need? Is it just me, or is every single track kind of like skipping right when it starts? Ah, here it is. Okay, so the Twitter is Days Until EW. That's the actual Twitter account. We are sitting on 38 days left. Yeah, Skyline came in with it. So we are slightly over a week and a month. We are almost there. Almost there. Oh, for sure. Especially like just the few days leading up to the release of Endwalker. So like that whole week prior to the 19th of November the 19th, there's gonna be a lot of people returning back to the game, if not new players altogether. And then as soon as the servers are up on the 19th, it's just you're gonna hit the login screen and it's gonna be a 4-digit number of players waiting in line in front of you. It's gonna happen. Oh, and I didn't get a chance to mention it earlier, but I had a random person join my party finder, a Fion Ocilie. I have no idea how to pronounce that last name that they have. But they just came in with a total out of left field fact where they said Hawaiian pizza was created in Ontario, Canada by a Greek immigrant, Sam Panopoulos, in 1962. Oh, the final trial of are you talking about like the end of just 6.x in general? Naka to all the Rose and Ross. No. That is not my tactic for recruiting people anymore, even though it was slightly effective. See, I feel like there should be a third choice in their spar. Not just Xenos or Zodiark, but I feel like there may be a super like plot twist with Heidelin as well. I mean, could you potentially see us actually having to turn against our benefactor of Heidelin and fight Heidelin herself? I very easily could see something like that happening. Disclaimer, this is not a spoiler alert because this is total speculation, but still. Naka, your big furry head is blocking me. It was from the words of role players, I'm gonna punch you in your big fat cat mouth. But you also know how Square Enix loves to pull out just some major left field curveballs out of the storyline and hit us right upside the temple with it. So it may not be any one of those three. It may not be Zodiark, Hydaelyn, or Xenos. I don't know. Where their powers combine, they're gonna become Captain Oblivion and knock us into the Shadow Realm. Well, I guess that depends on your technical definition, of what you mean by turned against their primal. Because there's plenty of Beast Tribe members that I wouldn't necessarily say turned against so much as they turned away from their primal. Not to mention, going all the way back to the like original time of when the Asians were like the primary race or the master race or whatever you want to title them as during the time. They were split between their alignment with which icon they created. Their would be gods. It was almost political. Like one was pro Zodiark, one was pro Hydaelyn. So I mean, in essence, would you consider that like against the other primal or not? Oh, after they've been touched by the primal. Well, that brings up a whole nother complicated situation. Like, are we talking about just being touched and influenced, or are we talking about being completely enthralled? Because once you become a thrall of a primal, you've kind of lost all sense of free will at that point. They, in essence, yeah, they're a manifestation of a like commonwealth desire or need for something. So it can't be just any one particular person unless that one individual is able to supply enough willpower and crystal power. They have to supply the ether to even facilitate the creation of an icon or a primal. Um, but if it is from a singular person, it requires so much out of them. But where do we, as the Warrior of Light, stand? That within itself is such an interesting question because the game really never does go into your behind the scenes origin. We just show up magically one day on a cart or a boat or a carriage as we come to one of the starter towns to start off the game. But as far as whence we came from prior to that, our history, our origin, there's nothing at all that is ever mentioned about that or discussed. So, where does our roots lie at that point in time? Yeah, as a warrior of light, we have received the blessing of Hydaelyn. Um, so I mean, I guess in that aspect, you can consider that being touched by primal icon god, whatever title they end up falling under at that point. Um, and now that you've said that, it almost makes me want to kind of step back and think for a second. Like, so if we did receive the blessing of Hydaelyn and has had her support and her wheel to help guide us in everything we've done, mostly throughout the game, anyways. Who's to say that she has not influenced our choices or persuaded or used the power of suggestion to influence our free will and the decisions we make? Is there a way that they could actually tie this into the main story plot to say that we, in some sense or another, have been enthralled by the power of Hydaelyn? Like with all the information and everything that we know about the lore and the game, and with everything we've done up to this point, they Square Enix has done a really good job at leaving things still so open ended that the possibilities of things occurring or what paths we're going to be led down is still just massive. I feel like I'm looking at one of those flow charts with those games that you play where your choices determine the outcome at the end. Kind of like what is it called, Detroit Human or whatnot, where it just branches off in 50,000 different directions. Which ending are you gonna get this time? Ending Y? If I remember correctly, I think ending Y was like the most difficult out of Nier Automata, where you had to meet so many prerequisites and do all these crazy fights in order to get it. Had to have all your weapons completely leveled up and maxed out. Wait, did Jade leave and change her hair and come back? She had a different hairstyle earlier. That is what Cyberpunk fans got. Wait, what? That was what Cyberpunk. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying now. Where they got burned expecting the promise of an adventure book style gameplay and story, but not what was promised. Uh, I feel like there was a lot of games, especially prior to the release of Cyberpunk, that marketed and advertised a much better story and gameplay than what the final product ended up being. Anthem being a really good example of the amazing potential and direction that the game was originally heading towards and completely flopped by the time it was actually released. I was one of those people that was stoked about Anthem. Like, the fact of exploration and flight and this whole, like, Iron Man esque type gear system that you could work on and build up just tickled every little fantasy bone in my body. And I was so ready, exactly. I was so ready to play this game. But when I actually got into the game and started doing the quest and the story, it was just one of those situations like, is this it? Is this really what this game is about and how it plays? Like, it was not anything that I was expecting from the marketing and the advertising that they showed prior to the game being released. Between all the drama that BioWare was going through and what EA was forcing the company to do because of the deadlines and the constant pushing from production, yeah, the game just lost every hope that it originally had. Yeah, so long as you had like an objective to do, it definitely felt all right, and because you were kind of still in that aspect where the game's brand new, it still is kind of buggy. There's still a little bit in a testing period, so yeah, it's gonna have some like pit holes and trip falls to work over before it becomes better and improves. But no, it never did. It never did. Was Len? I don't even know how to say that name correctly. Legendia or Legendia? Never played that one. Not even sure what it's about. Tales of Legendia. They did. They did. There was a few attempts of them trying to make it better, and I don't know, do some form of redemption for it. They just, I don't know. They lost their what was it, creative director at the time, and there was literally a chasm between the two different offices of BioWare that was working on it, and no one could decide which direction they wanted to go in, and they kept losing staff, and uh, people were quitting, and new people were coming in. It was a bad time for the game. The concept and the objective of what Anthem should have been, I still think is a wonderful thing that should be like embellished upon for whatever next game that follows in his footsteps can do. But again, they marketed the game to be something so much better than what it came out to be, and it was just a huge disappointment. Kind of like No Man's Sky when it first came out, but at least, they continued to work on it until they made it into something much better. I never played No Man's Sky, and still to this day I haven't even touched the game. But the stories and the reviews and everything I heard about it when it first came out, oh, it scared me away from it. Like, I never even looked twice at it. Not like, boo, that sucks, but like, wow, I can't believe how hard this sucks. Yeah, yeah. That was my whole experience with Anthem as well. Oh, there just went my party finder. How does that hoodie have a light? So this was actually a handcrafted hoodie that I purchased at a convention that I went to several years ago. It has a small LED like something. I don't know. Basically, just a fiberglass that runs through the edge of the seam of the hoodie and down the zipper. And there's a battery pack in the left pocket, where you can basically turn it off and on. You do not. Mia's like, you liar. You tell lies. It's pretty awesome though. It's a little hard to wash because you literally have to like disassemble the manifold inside of it and make sure there's no like exposed wires or that the cartridge is completely out before you stick it in the washing machine. But it is nice. I've thoroughly enjoyed this. As Spar gives me a reason to show off the whole entire thing here. But as you can see, it goes all the way down the zipper and is all the way to the end of the seam down here. I'm actually really surprised how long the batteries last in this particular vest. I'm only on the first battery change I've ever done in this vest, period. Like, ever since I first bought it. These AA batteries have last a lifetime in this thing. Granted, I only use it every once in a blue moon, but even still. Dang, that's sad. I did use this vest a lot when I first bought it, because of course I was at the convention, so whenever they had the dance parties in the ballroom at night, You damn Skippy, I'd be wearing this as soon as I showed up in there, it going full blast. One day, I'll actually have more of a studio environment instead of like bedroom slash office like I currently have right now. Like, I sleep, I work, I play from this very chair that I'm sitting in right now in this room. Half the time I even eat in here with my working lunches I always end up doing. Maka's trying really hard not to have like a accidental nip slip here, but still open up my jacket because it's really hot. We are not going to have a wardrobe malfunction. Not today, Satan. There we go. That should help a little bit. Also, if I move this a little bit closer, Maka's melting. Many, many moons ago when I still played the piano, I can like feel myself hitting the chords right now on this song. Forcefully hitting those keys. Speaking of pianos. Yes, I saw that too. I actually saw that during one of our iCam transitions on the screen as the camera was going through the house there. But yeah, that's usually where Silver will put a various different decorations depending on the holiday is where the piano was located. So you'll probably see a bunch of stuff change in that little corner as we go through the holiday season at the end of this year. I didn't get a chance to check like the dining room upstairs as of yet, but a lot of times we'll take out all the food trays and decorations that are on the table and put holiday themed items out there too. Um, it does with the banquet hall, but it's like on very special, specific, and rare occasions. Most of the time, it's usually just for decoration. Oh, it's still just turkey and bread up there. Yeah, we actually kind of had to cut back on using actual holiday food items because unfortunately in the game of Final Fantasy, you can't control the permissions on who can or cannot consume those food items. So, being that we use them for decoration more so than actually to be used by players, we try to refrain from putting them out because a lot of people, especially if they don't know about that rule, will eat the items and then all of a sudden they're gone and we can never use them again because they've been eaten. I wish there was a way where when you put down food items that there was an option to like select it as an actual consumable or as just a pure decoration. So that way for people that as a FC house wants to put out, seasonal decorations and food items just for the aesthetic value, we can make sure that nobody's running through the house and eating them willy-nilly. Oh, did y'all just see the little bird in the corner that waved its wing? You probably couldn't because it was hidden behind my tip jar. But that was the most adorable thing. He just stuck his hand out of the corner. It's like, hi, I'm here. Can you see me? Y'all remember those little fans that had the water bottle in it so you could like sprit yourself in the face with a water mist as the fan is blowing on you to help yourself cool down? I would kill for one of those right now. I wouldn't be able to see anything through my glasses, but I would appreciate the cool whatever on my face. Look, Mr. Krabs, there I am. Misting, thank you. Yes, that was the word I was trying to get out of my mouth. My thesaurus got disabled for a hot second there. I could picture myself now with my little palico with a little mist fan. I just look at it and it's like, squirt me. Squirt me. Oh no, 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 no. I was getting around to mentioning something about that. I'm also trying to read like some messages I'm getting off on the side too, so excuse my slowness. But yes, more bar cactor. Cactors? Cactors. We need more bar cactors. More bar characters, preferably ones with less clothing. I mean, there's plenty of like dating simulators out there for that, I assure you. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Just stabbed myself. Alright, Spy. Sleep well. Sleep tight. I am sweating. It is uncomfortable. Something keeps stabbing me. There we go. I had this pin on my jacket that I also got during the same time I bought this vest from God knows how long ago. And it kept stabbing me in the worst possible place. Oop, I'm beeping. Been drinking too much tea and it's hitting my blood sugar. So at some point in the near future, me and my roommate are supposed to be setting up a Beat Saber system where he's got an Oculus and he's trying to make sure he's got all the pieces to set it up with. So maybe if we don't take forever and a day to get that set up, we might be doing some Beat Saber streams sometime near future, maybe. Get my lazy butt up out of this chair and actually, bust a move or something. Which hopefully will only be a move and, not my own ass. Oh, Jesus, Phoenix, no. And although that is oddly relatable. As a born and bred Southerner, when my doctor, well, not doctor, but my nutritionalist said that I was drinking way too much Southern tea, and that it was sapping all the iron out of my blood because of all the tannins that is in black tea, I had to take a moment and be like, telling a Southerner not to drink black tea is, kind of like blasphemy. I'm not sure if I can accommodate your request. And now, of course, we see that I'm drinking herbal teas instead of black tea. Stretch! Let me make sure I don't hit my head on my boom mic this time like I almost did earlier. Start spending all those bits you collected. Yeah, as soon as we can get back on more of a regular schedule and I can start streaming my other content like Near Replicant and like I was just talking about with Beat Saber, if we can get that going. We can definitely get the chair dance back in the listing there. And if I can ever fix my Crab Rave sound clip, all I really need to do is go back to the website and just download it again. But just one other thing on my to-do list that I have yet to actually do. As I stare intensely at role players right now, if she's still in the channel. Of course not. No, I have no idea what you're talking about. I would have never. How dare you? Actually, no, I have not. Not your actual like layout. Let me like first of all make sure I mute Twitch before I pull up anything. Let me take a quick peek here. Now I did notice at the very least the new background and offline thing that you've got with kind of like that digital eye in the center. I did notice that on one of your previous streams. Let me look at your about page here. Oh, you did redo everything. It is and yes, of course, I'm quoting the song title, but it is very simple and clean. I like it. I noticed that with your alerts. Heck, Vetica uses those as well when it comes to like shout outs and new followers. I noticed that. It's a really good one though. I don't blame you for using it. It drives you crazy or not. Just give it time. Just give it time. Truth be told, I actually did a kind of a reprioritizing of things I want to get accomplished here recently myself. Um, I mentioned this before on one of my other streams, but I gave up on the live letter review. Working on a 7-hour video as one of my first video editing projects was way above my pay grade and does not fit my timetable. So I have given up on that. We are not doing a live letter review. That is going to take way too much time that I do not have. But we are going to start working on getting kind of like some clips and B-roll recordings, getting ready for the video blog that I'm going to be starting calling it the Gay T1D, which stands for Type 1 Diabetic. This was originally a blog that I actually started up on Tumblr, like X of many blue moons ago. And it was really popular, actually. With all the stories and pictures that I used to take and post to Tumblr as the gay T1D, it blew up and it was extremely popular. So I'm thinking about taking that same concept and turning it into video blogs on YouTube and just kind of see how that goes. Drink the tea. I got you. I got the tea. And of course, if y'all saw where I've been shouting about every 10 minutes or so, not only am I doing the advertisement of it being Monday night with the 50% off specials on all food items, but we are looking for more people to work at the Echoes Chamber. I almost said the Order of the Echo. That's the free company, not the club. At the Echoes Chamber, we do need some more bartenders just to kind of pick out of the pool to make sure that it's always staffed. As well as some more casino dealers, because right now we only have about 2 people that are anywhere close to consistent, especially with Drake being out here almost every other night. So we could definitely use some more people in the dealer's den for casino games or any type of gambling thing that we can do there, as well as looking for creative directors and managers. So anybody that would like to kind of be like a shift manager to make sure we open and close on any particular given night, or somebody that would like to help kind of come up with themes, events, ideas, and or to also help plan and organize them. That's why we're also looking at event planners as well, to actually facilitate these things to happen. We're looking to add people like that to our team to make sure that we keep the Echoes Chamber going, growing, and expanding, and just basically being the best club that is able to be here. Extra points for ambition. I promise you, I will never ever have a lack of ambition. I always, yes, yes, hype that horn up. Yeah, my boyfriend definitely knows about that. Sometimes my eyes and dreams get bigger than my actual capability here, but definitely, I will never fall short when it comes to ambition and the direction I want to take things. But we are at the point now where I can't facilitate it by myself. With so many projects and so many other things that I'm working on and responsible for, I've got to start delegating higher responsibilities to other people. So we are going to be looking for those who are interested in helping to manage or, being any type of creative director or producer or event planning. We're looking. So if you've got interest, please, please let me know. Yep. And as far as you go, Phoenix, you and me have been talking off to the side, so I know you and I are going to be working on a couple of things there and get you into the fold. So that will happen sooner than later. Really? I think the station is a little bit louder than some of the previous ones I've been playing, so let me do a little bit of adjustment here. It could be also where every day when I have to sign into work, I kind of have to rearrange my audio mapping a little bit, so that may have something to do with it too. Hopefully this is better now. Yeah, soundtracks, which is where all of our music comes from whenever I'm streaming, soundtracks by Twitch. It doesn't really have much of a equalizer or really audio control other than just your stereotypical just volume bar. So I can't tweak it as much as I do with some other things that I'm able to play on stream. But of course, Naka's trying to be, copyright compliant and not worry about DMCA. Yeah, and I definitely know there is a level of compression that takes place with the application I'm using. But sometimes just not quite the desired effect. Actually, I think my boom arm is kind of not where it's supposed to be. Okay, that should be better pointed at me now, I think. Maybe. Did 2 hours last night, only one CR flag, but Twitch was nice and let me keep the rest of the 2 hours of audio. Oh, good gracious. And I know when we were talking about like DJ license and whatnot, I know sometimes the auto mod will still try to like flag a possible infringement or anything. But if you've got any type of like digital license or something that you have actually acquired and paid for, you can always do a claim with Twitch to have it lifted. Just so long as you got like the documentation and your license number or whatever it is that they require. Sometimes not worth the trouble. Yeah, for sure. I would definitely make sure. I know trying to get in touch with their support is a little bit like pulling teeth as far as a time frame and getting certain questions answered. But definitely worth the time because you wouldn't want to get um, any license that they're not going to be able to recognize. 300 a year. Wow, that's actually not bad, especially compared to some of the other licensing I've heard with other music production companies. 300 a year sounds really cheap compared to some other prices. I think one other DJ I spoke with before said they had to pay like $2,000 for theirs. Oh, just for an online platform? Okay, that would make sense. Yeah. Now, if you're doing like a full fledged license and basic business registration for it, then yeah, that's probably when we're talking about somewhere in the $2,000, $3,000 range. Gosh, I really love that jacket. The gambler's jacket you can get from the Gold Saucer. It surprisingly looks really well on Roth cars. Not gonna lie. I never liked it on my Makote. I've actually had a couple of old friends that got in touch with me tonight. One of the reasons why I've probably been off to the side so much over here looking at some messages I received. Because it was really good to hear from people I haven't heard from in a while. Based off of Setzer from 8? Is that a Final Fantasy 8 character? No, that's Final Fantasy 6. Yeah, I was about to say 8 was my favorite one that I played, and kind of obsessed over when I was first introduced to the Final Fantasy industry, and I was like, I don't remember a Setzer. There's a lot of amazing artwork of Setzer though, because I just googled him, of course. But yes, that is the exact same coat that Setzer was wearing. It is. That was a bop. We're gonna give that a thumbs up, please. It's a dance party with the Blaylele. I almost did it again, and I keep telling myself the IRL Blaylele does not look great. Don't do it. Yes! Silver does everything just right on point and exactly what the theme should be for any time of season. She never ceases to impress when she changes her designs. Ooh, I'm getting a lot of old friends sending me messages tonight. The stars have aligned, and all of my old acquaintances are lining up for some reason. Silver deserves her own command. Oh my god. What would we put in a command for Silver, though? I mean, I know it's definitely awesome that we're able to do a shout out, which kind of brings attention to her glamour shot that she has as her icon. But she doesn't really stream, so there's no reason to direct people to her channel on Twitch. And if I always get tongue tied when I try to say their name. If HC Chat could ever figure out how to get their application to work on OBS Studio instead of Slobs, then I could easily make a command that would show like a picture or a small little showcase of Silver's designs that she's done with interior design before. But of course, it doesn't work with OBS Studio, so that's not an option. Actually, we could probably do something like that. Let's kind of have a short declarative statement saying that all interior designs and decorations is done by her in particular. Let me write that down, actually. I have no space on my desk. So much crap. Okay, here we go. Brain function is totally normal. All parameters are within nominal regulation or whatever. I'm trying to use big words and it's failing me too. Apparently it's contagious. Exclamation mark silver. Dedication to silver's interior design and decoration. Got it. It is on my to-do list. Brain function is overrated. I keep looking at Cam and the way that my vest is laying keeps making me think we about to have a a nip slip or something happen. Keeps making me nervous. Well, of course you would be. I would have to go back and delete the VOD. Or be like, we're gonna edit this and just, you know, put like a digital pasty on top of it. Drake, no. See, like, I know I'm a twink when it comes to like everything below the neck, but there is a little bit of hair there, and I don't want to duct tape it off. So I'm great, thank you. Just duct tape it off. Hell no, no sir, no thank you. That is that is not how this procedure happens. That is almost impossible to do in this game, depending on what items that you end up wearing. I feel like it's one of those situations like, yep, you can definitely tell that this was made by a Japanese company. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Which I don't get me wrong, and I don't mean this in any like what's the word I'm looking for? Dang, I'm telling you, brain function or dysfunction rather is really contagious tonight. I'm not trying to sound like holier than thou when I say this at all. But I guess I never really understood the attraction or fetishization of underwear just in general, whether it be the panty shot or men in boxers. Like, I don't know. I never really understood the underwear thing. I'm always just looking at it like it's simply another piece of clothing. I get the same amount of reaction looking at a pair of socks than I do at somebody's underwear. Like, I don't get it. Oh, I do understand that much at the very least. Like, I definitely understand the fact that with the same way that I don't understand what the thing or the attraction about underwear is the same reason why some people don't understand my attraction to, you know, a big round belly. Like, I get that. It's just an eye of the beholder type thing. But me in a personal, like, open parenthesis, in parenthesis entity, I don't get it. Yes, Drake, we were exactly on the same page. Exactly, I know, right? Y'all know me so well. Oh, I just happened to look at FC chat right at the perfect time. We got somebody looking for a Thavnarian onion from the chest. Do we actually have any active officers other than myself that is online at this moment? That is actually a good question. Oh, there we go. Kentucky should be able to get it. As long as Kentucky's not AFK. Love big furry men. They make me feel safe and loved me being only 5'6" per ball of energy. Oh, okay. Yeah, so he may not be free. I may have to grab that then. This is actually one of our higher officer functions in the FC. I just need to verify something on a spreadsheet with somebody and give them a particular item. Yeah, Drake, it is one of the onions. With the way that we do our onions, we have to track it in a spreadsheet. Because since we do distribute them out for free, we have to make sure we track them so people don't take advantage of that fact. What are they good for? Yes, exactly. Chocobo training. Whenever your Chocobo hits rank 10, it can go up to 20, but when you hit 10, or to get past 10, I should rather say, you have to start feeding your Chocobo a Thavnarian onion to unlock each additional level after 10. Otherwise, you'll just get stuck at 10, or depending on how many onions you have, you'll get stuck at whatever level you're at until you feed it another onion. Alright, we are going from level 12 to 13. Let me mark that on our tracker here. Hello, bright white screen of doom that just blinded me. Ooh, I am lagging. Yeah, just like Chaos said, the majority of the onions are done through the garden. You have to crossbreed certain plants to get the seeds for Thavnarian onions. And then, of course, they take 10 days to grow. So you have to tend to them, watch over them, make sure they don't die. And it takes a while to produce them. Um, there are like specific story quests that you might be able to get an onion from, but it's like a one-off. Once you get that quest done and you get your onion, it's not like you can do the quest again. I think there's like 2 or 3 quests that are like that actually. If you want to do it personally yourself, Phoenix, yes, you do have to have a housing plot, so you can actually have a garden. Or if you have a FC that has a garden plot that is available, you can crossbreed it that way too. And even though there is like the potted plants that are available inside apartments or private rooms, you can't crossbreed anything because they don't have any adjacent like plots of soil where they're actually connected to each other. So it has to be done in an actual plot of gardening, whether it be the small, medium, or large. It has to be one of those 3. I know, Moogle Mogbox. I have mail, but I'm busy. I will get it later. Yes, and I'm hoping with the uh, new housing that will be coming out with the Ishgardian housing and the additional wards that they will be releasing, that does give people the ability to have more access to housing. And hopefully the lottery system will also prevent a bunch of bots of trying to, again, dominate the entire housing market. Do you like that? As soon as the beat dropped, I started dancing. Yeah, I totally didn't plan that. Oh, Kentucky actually got disconnected from the game entirely. His laptop apparently just crapped out on him. So he is not available, like, at all. Did it pull a Frankenstein? No. No. At least, you know, my Frankenstein, yes, it gets hot, and yes, it is, like, just an amalgam of various different computer parts from different computers that have been smashed together to make a functional PC. Um, the worst my computer has ever done was my previous power supply that, if y'all were there and remember, literally blew up midstream on me. Yeah, I haven't heard anything mentioned either. Haven't seen any Twitter posts or Lodestone releases about any All Saints Wake coming up. I know they had to cancel last year, so I'm hoping they do something this year. But with the big push for Shadowbringers, big push for Endwalker, I don't know. But I do say again, after having to skip it last year, I really hope they do something this year. It doesn't even really have to be anything huge and new, just at least, you know, an acknowledgement, speak to a couple of NPCs, reopen the haunted house or some of the mini games that they've had in previous years. Just something. Anything, please. We love Halloween too much. Skip a different holiday this time. I'm gonna be nosy. I wish we could wear hats as Hrothgars. I want to wear that ball cap so bad. I've seen mods where people have fixed it to where Hrothgars can wear these hats. And Vieira too, if I'm not mistaken. And they look amazing with the mods that I've seen do it before. But sadly, in game, no hats allowed. Which y'all missed it when we were playing New World with team role players. Cause when I'm the newbie. I'm the newbie in that crowd. And I am, thank God, not in charge of anything in that game. I'm not a guild leader, I'm not a squad leader. I am just a tiny little memberling. I'm a sproutling in that world. Um but when we were talking about hats and how you could like disable them or glamour over them or do some type of transmog, um, they were trying to tell me how you could disable them so you wouldn't see the hat and you could actually view your hair. And somebody came in and said Naka would probably want to be able to see his hat. He can actually wear hats in this game and see them on screen. It's like, you damn Skippy, I'm gonna see my hat. I like my Indiana Jones hat. Let's go. All I'm missing is a whip. Oh, Phoenix, are we talking about the Leonhardt coat? The Squall one here? I want to say you get this one just for playing the game long enough. After you reach like a certain point of subscription days, you just get it automatically. Yeah, the whole outfit. Well, not those shoes. Those are something completely different. Those are not the Squall shoes. But the pants, the chest piece, I think those are the Leonhardt gloves. Yeah, they are. You get all of that if you subscribe long enough. Where do the Converses come from again? Is that from a treasure map material? Yeah, those are the calfskin rider shoes. So you have to get what is it, calfskin, I think, which comes out of treasure maps to craft those. Oh my god, it's shoes. I know, right? Let's go get some shoes. Oh, Phoenix, honey, I'm already at that point. I literally have like 3 to 4 times more clothing and outfits in Final Fantasy than my entire closet and dresser put together. As much of an eye that I have for like fashion in game, my IRL wardrobe is extremely disappointing, mostly because fashion is expensive. I buy clothes out of necessity, not because of aesthetics. Oh, Phoenix, I know the feeling so much. Like the most recent thing I bought clothes wise is my Twitch hat and my Twitch jacket. And I bought those because of branding. I didn't necessarily buy it because, ooh, that looks awesome, even though they do. But it was because of branding. Outside of that, I haven't bought clothing in a really long time. Any new clothing I've acquired recently has actually only been because of like gifts from family or something like that. And even nowadays, a lot of people are shopping more and more online, even for clothing, which I always thought was the weirdest thing when it came to clothing because I feel like you need that in the store experience to make sure that what you are buying is something that will fit and is accurately your size. Um, and it's really hard to do that when you're shopping online. But even with that being said, more business and more people are transitioning to buying clothes and accessories from the internet, like places like Amazon, or going to actual like distributors rather than going to the stores. Granted, out of necessity because of COVID-19 and everything, but yeah, if they don't have a return option when you're buying it online, like red flags go up for me. Like, nope, nope. If I buy something and it don't fit and I can't take it back, I'm done. I will not order something if I can't do that. Or at least like even take it back to the store that it came from. Like just as an example, if you buy something from Gap or whatnot and you can't take it back to a Gap store and they won't take it back, that's a deal breaker for me, honey. And also, as far as like what catches my eye when it comes to clothing, I'm all about like how some people are about shoes. I'm about hoodies and jackets. Like, I actually posted a couple of things on Facebook recently of a few like almost trench like jackets that you can buy that also have the very open and overlaying hoodies that you can have. Actually, let me find you a picture and actually show on stream so you can know what I'm talking about here and kind of get a sense of what pulls my attraction in terms of clothing. Let's go to my profile. Alright, here we go. I got this. So, like, I saw this jacket, for example. Does that not look fly as shit? I saw this jacket and I was like, oh, this is almost some like modern Assassin's Creed type shit. I need this in my life. And it looks so comfortable too. Somebody said it looks evil, and it's like, well, hey, that's right up my alley. Hey. Yeah, there you go. Organization 13. Right on the money. Amen. Exactly. That's why I need this in my life. And let me see if I can find the other one that I saw here that was pretty amazing. Uh-oh. Did I not post this one? Sad face. Oh, I think I lost it. But there was this other jacket, that had like Arabian designs in kind of a blue. Oh, here it is. I found it. I found it. Well, maybe not Arabian. This is maybe more like, I don't know. It kind of reminds me of Alexander, actually. Like with the cogwheel design, it kind of has a little bit. You'll see what I'm talking about here. I'm going to take a new picture. Here we go. This is the other one I saw. And it has like all of that Sherpa fleece on the interior of it. It looks so warm and comfy, and if it wasn't for the fear of getting it dirty, I would just wear that as like a just PJs, a night coat all night long. When you say festival, are we talking like Ren Fair? It looks amazing. I would rock that shit so hard. But yeah, this is what catches my attention when we're talking about fashion. Hoodies and jackets. When what I really need is probably some more jeans or another pair of shoes. Here's another couple of things that showed up in my feed. Would I wear this on the regular and go out in public in this? Probably not. But would I want to? 150%. Can we normalize wearing this kind of stuff? Please and thank you. Walk out of the house wearing this feeling like $5 million. Yes, ma'am. I really, really like this blue and almost like pearl jacket here in the bottom right corner. That looks amazing to me. Yeah, that's the one I was looking at too. The blue and silver one looks amaze balls. See that one dude wearing healer tank DPS what? No, I'm gonna, at least I'm gonna need a reference. I don't know who you're talking about here. I look for pictures of fashion, and all I find is pictures of puppies and kittens all over my Facebook. I feel like what you're mentioning is slightly familiar, Drake, but I'm not like able to pull up a vivid image of what you're talking about. I feel like I've heard of it. Just not sure. Yeah, I don't think I can find any more pictures of like shirts and coats I found really interesting. They've all disappeared into the ages. It was mentioned on Twitter before some time ago. That sounds pretty awesome, Drake. Now that you've described it like that, I don't think I've seen it. It does really sound epic. I would love to see that if we can find it. I was, well, disclaimer, this was well before any of the scandals and everything that came to light with Blizzard. But prior to all of that happening, I was actually going to be working on a gender bend Mercy, um, and basically come up with a outfit and design for, of course, you know, blonde hair, blue eyes, tall twink with a Mercy staff. I wonder if I still actually have the picture that I was going to design it after. Let me see if I still have this on file. And that way I can give you all an example of what I was looking to aim for here. Yeah, here we go. I was able to find it. So that's kind of what I was aiming for when I was working on a Mercy cosplay. And my one of my previous roommates actually does 3D printing for a movie set prop designer or producer or whatever. So he was actually designing and working on kind of like engineering working wings for my outfit that actually would light up and move. I actually have Mercy's pistol in my closet. It's already been printed, already been put together. It just has not been painted and sanded down. But I do have Mercy's pistol, like the full-fledged gun that Mercy has. See it in blue with red accents. Oh, I was actually thinking about which skin from Mercy's massive collection of outfits did I want to try to go for. Uh, and I think the blue with the red was one of the um Overwatch League outfits that you could obtain. I thought about doing that because it looks good, but I really liked the what was it, the Koreans team for Overwatch where it was the black and gold. The easiest cosplay I can do is Roadhog. I mean, that would be amazing. Roadhog, like aesthetically, or if I had to choose one as far as like their attractive level, Roadhog would be my first choice. Was trying to see if I could find any pictures of a gender bend Mercy with a different skin outfit. Ooh, here's one with the devil. This is a good one. Yeah, that's the devil outfit that Mercy has, but with a gender bend guy instead. See, now Drake, my question to you would be, not necessarily which character, Roadhog, I mean, like you said, for obvious reasons, but which skin of Roadhog's would you want to try to do out of all the choices that he has? They really don't have a lot of outfit selections when it comes to Mercy being a guy. Which would have been one of the amazing things about doing a different skin with my cosplay, is because you wouldn't have seen it anywhere else. Because I was not planning to do her original skin work. First thought would be Tiki. That's an interesting choice. That's a Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's the Hawaiian themed one for Roadhog. Isn't that right? It's funny that we were just talking about me doing a ginger swap cosplay for Mercy because I just came across a bunch of pictures of where the transformation princess crown from Mario is apparently going in circulation again with various artists. And there's this whole like comic strip I see of different Nintendo villains putting on the crown to see what they would look like as a princess, quote unquote. It's pretty funny. Sora put on the crown. And honestly, his looks didn't change too much other than, bust and rear being super inflated. And off in the corner of the frame, you can see Zelda with a Glock pointed right at Sora after he put the crown on. I'm like, okay, honey, it's okay. I finally found the picture I was trying to find for you earlier. Okay, let me go to Discord and take a look. Whoa! That's Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X. Holy cow, that's some like Kim Kardashian level stuff right there. Good gracious. Oh, that was my party finder. Let me fix that. Actually, Drake, that robe kind of reminds me of the best gown ever that you can wear in Final Fantasy, but dyed pearl white or something like that. That right there. There we go. Whew, that's a bright screen. Jesus. But yeah, does that not look like the bright gown ever? Wow, that picture quality kind of cut off halfway through, didn't it? Hang on, let me redo that here. There we go. That's better. What's happening? I mean, that, yeah, it definitely would be, especially with all that very heavy velvet-like material. Now, granted, it goes from this picture to him wearing this underneath. So he literally takes off that massive best gown ever and then all of a sudden is completely covered in armor. I don't want to go full screen. Fix it. Windows 10. Being evil. But yeah, there you go. Full body armor. And on top of that, underneath the armor, he is then wearing this. How the boy was not sweating to death is unbeknownst to me. And this is where I said this is like some Kim Kardashian stuff right here. Cause this outfit, that's some Kardashian level stuff. 100%. Yeah, he pulls it off with all the crazy eccentric stuff that Lil Nas does. He does it well. He does it extremely well. And I've never been one of those people that kind of look at him with the stanky eye, like he's doing some crazy off the wall shit. Don't pay him no mind. No, 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 no. By all means, boo boo, express yourself in the loudest way possible. Shout it from the mountaintops. I am here for it. You know, like I get it. You be you, and as long as you're loving what you're doing, please continue to do so. And all these people that are just being naysayers and trying to rain on your parade, screw them. With his new album that he actually released not too terribly long ago, the music videos that go with a lot of his songs, a lot of them I still have not seen to this day, but some of the recent ones that I actually did watch, they are, I mean, they really do push the envelope, but it is also one of those situations where you kind of have to step back for a second and ask yourself, like, with the heteronormative that, especially in the older generations that we've grown up being used to, like, they are honestly no worse than, well, I shouldn't say no worse, but no better than the videos that Lil Nas is producing. It is literally the same difference, but with instead of heterosexuality, it's homosexuality that's in the videos. And for all this, just the conversation and the controversy that goes on about the videos and songs that he releases, it's one of those where I just kind of want to. Do y'all not do the same shit in your videos? Like, wait a second. Why is this a double standard? I can't type. Drake, speaking of what you were just talking about with him being in that particular outfit, no more than 2 tweets away, did I see this little number? Almost immediately after the fact. It was perfect. It's too perfect. Is it just me, or is this little ghost trying to steal the spotlight in all these different camera angles? If it weren't for me streaming, what? Attention-seeking ghost. For real, it really is. A photo bomber. Oh, Drake, dear God, have mercy. As the club owner, I cannot tell you how OCD level I have to turn off the background music and play something else because of the same, what is it, 6 songs that play over and over and over and over and over. I mean, 4 hours straight of the same song? Uh-uh. No, ma'am. We would have a problem. And, just because I thought this was, like, the cutest damn thing that I just ran across. Blue Mage Kitty! I am a Blue Mage Kitty. Not at the moment, I'm not, but, you know, things are things. You're a mage, your fur is blue, and you're a kitty. Gosh dang it, Drake. I am currently a bard at the moment. I don't have anything I can cast directly on you, do I? Nope, because you're not my party. Oh well. Sing us a song? I can play a song, but I can't really sing one. So, Blue Mage is literally what it's called. It's a limited class, meaning that it's only meant to be used for specialized content, and then also special challenges, such as the Blue Carnival, for example, is an aspect in the game which is exclusively just for Blue Mage. You can't do it on any other class. And then there are these several achievements that you can do as a Blue Mage in order to acquire certain titles and certain items, like the Moorball mount, for example. So again, it's a limited class as far as its functionality in the game, but it does have a special niche in the game that no other class has available to it. It does. Relic runs. Blue Mage can actually be extremely overpowered in certain situations because of all the status effects and different status abilities that they do have. Blue Mages can really, really do some damage. Uh, I would doubt that unless they completely rework the class. Because again, with all the different ways that Blue Mage works and the status implements that a Blue Mage can put out, it breaks the balance. So there's no way that a Blue Mage can really be on the same level as another class unless they completely, like, just rework it from square one. Because as it is, Blue Mage is a balance breaker. It is nowhere near in even in the same ballpark when it comes to being balanced out with the other classes. Now, I know that there were stories and rumors and stuff being talked about a second limited class that should be making its way around God only knows when. Um, with what was it? Beastmaster, I think it's the class. Yeah, there's a bunch of combo moves you can do as Blue Mage to drop HP bars down to like 50% or down to 1%, or has chance of instantly killing something. It's basically death, if not death itself, because that is one of the spells. This is almost so perfectly in tune with the music. I love it. Let me see if I can show this off. Hang on, I'm dragging this over on the screen so y'all can see this. This is gonna be my new splash screen. You're welcome for bringing that to your attention. Okay. Naka Otter time. You took a clip. But it was so good. I think it's time Naka makes a stream clips channel. Let's pop that cherry. Wait, are you talking about like in Discord? Oh no. Oh god. I'm not sure if I'm okay with that. Actually, since you do mention that, is there a way to like automatically post it to a channel like that if we were? I don't know if Sir Amric has the capability, but I'll have to see if there is a way to do that somehow, some way. We'll figure it out. I was trying to see if I could do a little bit of a search to give me some hint or put me in the right direction. It's like, don't really see one. So we'll see if we can maybe take like a moment or two to manually post them into a channel. But I will create a channel for something like that to go into. It's still so hot. Oh my gosh. Still sweating, y'all. With the way that she keeps saying, why don't you call? Starting to sound. This is gonna sound bad when it comes out of my mouth, but it's like after you say it so many times back to back, it starts to sound kind of needy.
Drink, Ducky, drink.
Behind by 3? What do you mean behind by 3? Oh, well, as far as marking them off, yes, but I did redeem them. I was like, I didn't miss any. Drake's abusing his mod power and keeping track of the point redemption. You saw nothing. I cleared all of them off. Well, yeah, that's because I was still poking around on Twitter, trying to see if there was any more, Wow, I completely lost my train of thought. 100%. What was it we were saying about brain functionality? You have insufficient minerals. Build more pylons. Oh, how did I miss that post, role players? You should be able to gift your Twitch Prime sub to someone else. Amen. Don't let that shit go to waste. You must construct additional pylons. Oh, my StarCraft days. Power overwhelming. Oh, where is it? Like, I feel like this was definitely StarCraft sourced or something. I just completely ran into my mic. Well, yeah, that originally was a cheat code that was based out of StarCraft. Was power overwhelming. I mean, it's Blizzard. They steal their own voice tags and references from each other in all of their games, so that's not surprising that Reinhardt says it. But yes, that came from StarCraft, not StarCraft Two, StarCraft. Because back in the 90s, when Blizzard was still kind of small fry and making decent games, um, I was a StarCraft fiend. Dialing into my Battle.net account with dial up 56K internet, thinking I was a badass. Oh, I just showed my age. Oh yeah, yeah. And Blizzard's just kind of more so like notorious for doing just like snippets from of their other games that they'll kind of intermix with everything. It's the same thing with Heroes of the Storm, and with all the like character skins and characters just in general. I like Tracer is in Heroes of the Storm, for example. StarCraft characters and mounts are just flooded inside Heroes of the Storm. I mean, the purpose of Heroes of the Storm was to take content and characters from all their other games and just kind of amalgam them into a MOBA. Anyhow, oh no. I gotta show y'all this. This is funny as hell. Somebody took googly eyes and stuck it all across the Starbucks menu. I am done. Whoever did that is doing a wonderful service. Going to do this at the local McDonald's. Oh, by all means, please do and take all the pictures. I need to see it. Oh, I would be the person to try to do this. Yes, Drake, you did call that. I was trying to follow a certain thread chain there, which I was actually going down Final Fantasy, and then of course one thing led to another. Oh, did we finally reach the end of the music? Hello? Please? That's a no. We did that playlist before, and we found out it just didn't really do it for us. All right, but if we are going to look into kind of calling it an early night here, because the crowds are a little thin, dance floor is a little empty, we can definitely do so. But first, let's take a quick look at who else is streaming tonight and see if we can raid on top of somebody. Giggity, Naka made a funny. I almost drank this entire thing in one sitting in 3 hours. That tea is really good. Let's see. Twitch, why do you do this to me all the time? I do see Lamatod on one of my lists over here that I'm looking at. Let's see. Thinghole, but he's streaming a different game entirely. Syndrosia. Let's see, was this one of our other DJs? I have another streamer on my list called Syndrosia, and I'm trying to remember what they specialize in. It's hard to keep track of everybody. Ah, here we go. Okay, so this is actually another DJ that is streaming M14 on their Twitch channel called Syndrosia. They are currently DJing right now for another club in Famfrit Goblet, Ward 8, Plot 43 at the Club of Eclipse. So we're going to take our 7 viewers and head on over to Syndrosia here and kind of pick up on what they're listening to. So we're going to go ahead and call it a night. Thank y'all for coming. I will make the announcement here in the club here shortly. But make sure to check out Syndrosia. Give them a like, give them a follow. Check them out. We're going to go ahead and raid their channel. I will catch y'all later.